Flip this here. Doing cat. What are you doing? What's up, YouTube? What's up? We are live. We are live. Welcome back to another live. I appreciate all of you that have joined my live last time, and all of you had rewatch my live. Also, I gained some subscriber. I appreciate you gratefully. Definitely a great appreciation for all of you. So welcome back to another live. Today we're gonna be covering these seedlings. As you can see, for that day when I made the live, I run out of my seedling starter that I mix. So can you imagine YouTube the very next day I saw these coming up. And these are the radish. They were the first one to start come up. So with that science and that inspiration, I leave them open for all this time. You know, so as you can see right now, how they kind of probably a bit longer than I wanted, or a bit grown up more than I wanted. You know, in the sense of I am gonna cover them for the most that I can. So welcome back to another live. But yeah, we're gonna be putting together a nice seed starter mix and cover these up and potentially add some more seeds to those ones over here. I see some of them are not, you know, actually not germinators yet, but I could see where I could add a few more, especially over here onto the spinach. That's the spinach section. So for now, guys, I just go ahead and start in a lot of seeds ahead of time. Yeah, said time, and that's the time right there at the this section here, the first one. But yeah, I'm going ahead and give myself a head start, you know, ahead of time, I should say. Go back and reframe on that one. So there's a bunch of seed I have going, and I still have so much to go. You know, this season I'm definitely gonna look forward to planting a lot of vegetable and urban spices. So very exciting thing going on right here. And I'm very excited for sure for this growing season. But we're gonna set this here a quick second. Hold on. There you go. What's up, everyone? Blessings to all people. Love to everyone. Before we get in the serious, we're gonna enjoy some avocado. Get some avocado here. Get some people come in and join us on the live. Do that my local compost bin. So we're gonna have some avocado and some fresh mango. To think, guys, beautiful avocado, right? I think they say this one is from Dominican Republic. Sol Dominicano. Now the sol on this one. Probably not the distributor, but with associating, you know, Dominican Republic. Sol Dominicano. Could hear DJ Khalid screaming that. Man, look at that. Wow. This is what avocado should look like, you guys. So it's called Slim Cardo. Brooks Tropical. Another labeling on it, but it's from Dominican Republic. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yes, definitely a beautiful avocado, you guys. Got a handful of grape here as well. But yeah. How you doing, Kat? I enjoy a handful of grape. What? Yeah, you don't eat this. Do you eat avocado? But yeah, guys, man. Avocado are special. Oh. Oh, wow. So even though it's ripe, it's one of those ones where the skin, it's such a dense avocado, you guys, you know, it's such a thick flesh that is basically holding on to the skin. And it's a good avocado. Not the sweetest, but it's pretty juicy. So you can see how. There you go, Cat. You'll get that piece. You can see, but it's pretty juicy. Normally, avocado is not this juicy. You know, a lot of time avocado is kind of dry. I eat avocado a lot like this, you know, guys. You know, before I go ahead and make guacamole or anything like that, or crush it, put salt or pepper on it. My favorite thing is just to go ahead and eat it. Plain. And this avocado is stubborn. Pretty nice, but the only thing I don't like about it so far, I'm gonna cut another slice. It's almost impossible to peel off the skin. See why sometimes I keep a little extra nail, guys, and at least on one finger, so that I can feel like I'm not restricted when it comes to using my finger to poke something or to peel something off. But yeah, this avocado should be, it should be able to peel right off like this. But you see what's going on, guys? It's literally getting stuck on the flesh. That's pretty well. Definitely a nice avocado, but I don't like this about it. Not sure why. Not sure why that happened, but pretty messy. Blessings to everyone, anyone that's on the live. Appreciate you. Let's see what's happening here. But yeah, anyone is on the live, welcome. I appreciate it. We're gonna be covering these seedlings today. But before we go ahead, we were eating some mango and some avocado. So if you're joining the live, welcome. Appreciate you. Let me know where you're watching from. I also, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you all. But yeah, 4 days ago, guys, a little less almost to say, we planted a bunch of vegetable seed. Not sure why I did this to the mango. This mango is pretty decent. Not the sweetest, but you know, wasting some of it going into compost right now. Yeah, this is what I should have done there. Peel the damn mango. So that I have less to go to waste, right? We don't waste mango. And obviously, I could have used my teeth straightforward to peel it, but this way, give a better way to eat it. We have a different type of avocado here. These regular. So these one are from Mexico. These are decent as well, you know. Normally you don't find some this nice, but this one here is the winner, guys. I have to eat another small slices here. See that guy, I devour half an avocado in this short time, so gotta eat healthy, you know. Well, yeah, I'm not sure why this avocado thing is keep holding on to the flesh. Beautiful. So now we got a little energy. We can go into start working. Actually, this brown paper here, as you see, definitely can be able to compost. So maybe go compost start off of the day. But yeah, guys, take you in a little bit closer here. So as you can see, bunch of different seeds. Got some spinach. What we got here? We got some iceberg lettuce, and this one, so spinach, iceberg lettuce. We got some radish, which this section here are radish. So radish. Excuse me. We got under here. I do need to take off the cover anyway. Got some early golden ice cabbage. I was gonna say ice, but that's iceberg lettuce. And then under here we have some beet root. And then we set this over here. Got some kale and some switch chard. So guys, I said 96 hours, you know, which is around 4 days. Got this avocado. That's when I planted these seeds. You know, so in the very beginning, you know, of that moment, I actually run out of soil. My mixed soil that I had. So I had to weigh out for the next day. And then I had some soil outside. They were exposed to too much coal. You know, so I couldn't bring it inside and use it right away. You know, I had to wait. So during that wait, just in 24 hours, I see these ones. Were the first one to come up. some of the kale and the radish. You know, and I was very impressed. So within that science, I end up leaving them, you know, to show me some growth in real time. You know, you don't get to see this as much because normally they would be cover. See, these are cover and these ones are just coming up slowly. So this group was cover over here, which is the switch chard. And then this rest was just exposed open. You know, so that's what we got going on. But welcome to the live. If you're joining the live, I appreciate you. And I greatly appreciate if you subscribe to my channel as well. Will be greatly appreciated. But yeah, we're here live, coming back to. Welcome to the live, everyone. Appreciate you. Let me know where you're from or where you're watching from. The moment we there you go. Put this thing in here. The moment we're gonna cover these plants. So if you're joining the live, welcome. Appreciate you. Subscribe to my channel. I love that as well. Like and share, comment, and share your thoughts with me. And I appreciate you for sharing this moment. I honestly, guys, I'm not really so experienced with the live, and I'm just learning as I actually doing it in the real time. You know, so bear with me here. The last video that I did live, I actually didn't realize I didn't change the orientation. So then it was stuck on portrait. So hopefully this one does go on more landscape and we have a better viewing, you know, so. Yeah, these are our veg. We're just enjoying some avocado, a little bit of mango. Still have a piece of mango here. And a handful of grape that I had, so. Fuel some energy to get us going. So yeah, guys, earlier of that soil mix. Earlier I made a little mix. I kind of sieve it, see how fine it is. Very, very fine. And got it. It's a good soil medium, you guys. Welcome everyone. Whoever is on the live, I appreciate you. Let me know where you're watching from. Let's see. All right, let's kind of make it a little bit brighter. But yeah, let me know where you're watching from. And remember to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. But yeah, this is our nice mix that I sift today from my our organic compost mix. So the other day I also bought this seed mix. You know, it's not the best, so we're gonna spice it up a bit with this mix. And also I have some organic worm casting. You know, so a beautiful mix going on here. So I'm gonna use a few handful of this worm casting. Actually, this is another part of my table cover. Open it all the way here. Yeah, we're gonna use a few handful of worm casting. Add to this first layer of soil. Mix it in a bit. It's a couple handful of worm casting, you guys. play in the soil here. I'm gonna add a little of this mix. Definitely get more dust than I really want. But what are we gonna do? Oh yeah, welcome everyone to the live. Appreciate you. Let me know where you're watching from. Just planting my vegetable inside this season so that we get a great and a more advanced head start. Add a little bit more soil here. It's cold, guys, so I have this setting up inside right now. So obviously if it was warm enough, I could be outside at a stand or somewhere. But for now, we're in the house by the kitchen window. That was a couple more handful of worm casting. I definitely have a lot to clean up when I'm finished here. But the whole excitement, you know, guys, of starting this plant inside, it's more important to me. Welcome to the live. Anyone who's on the live, I appreciate you. Subscribe to my channel. Greatly appreciate it as well. And comment, let me know where you're watching from. Today we're just mixing a nice seed starter mix for my seedlings. They already start, as you can see. These I planted 4 days ago, and they weren't covered, you know, so I didn't get around to cover them. And the second day, not even the second day, I should say, 24 hours, I was looking at these seedling guys, and for this side we have some kale and then the radish. Those were the first one that was starting to sprout. So you can see there, these are the humidity dome, the cover that go over it and help keep that humidity and the moisture locked in. So within 24 hours, guys, these seeds were starting to sprout. So the fact that the day when I plant them, I run out of seed mix, you know, I didn't get to cover them, but seeing that science the next day was so beautiful. So I kept them going and didn't cover them up yet. You know, I didn't put any seed starter mix. And so that's what we're doing today. We're using some worm casting. I already put a decent amount in it, so I'm gonna really overdo it with the worm casting. And then this mix, seed starter mix, along with some organic mix that I have for my own compost soil mix. I'll add another handful of this one because I put so much worm casting in it already. Okay, guys, we're just making a nice light loose mix to cover these seedlings so that they doesn't continue to try to overgrow without that support. So welcome to the live. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Put these over here. These guys are actually paper I use to my label. So they're not plastic in the sense that I see where they got so soft, you know, from the moisture locked in with the humidity. Oh yeah, if you just joining the live, I appreciate you. Welcome to my live. Welcome to my channel. This is Nicoy from Yardman Garden and Arts TV. And here, guys, this is all a bunch of vegetable that we're planting. Still have so much vegetable seeds. Still have so much, you know, that's some thyme. Got some green onion. Some melon. That's a baby sweet melon. We got some parsley. Some beet. We already planted some beet. More melon. Some wildflower seed. And guys, I realize these are the heirloom. Heirloom seed are the more best sought after seed. Typically been collected for generation. And usually organic and not, GMO. So even though these does say non-GMO, I rather would be getting the heirloom seed. So that's why I separate all these group and more heirloom. So we got some cucumber, more switch chard, some bean, some peas. So it's actually sugar syrup, exactly. Peas. And then we got some spinach. We already planted spinach already. We got carrot, some beans, more carrot, and more peas over here. Some golden ace cabbage. We have planted some cabbage already. Actually, here's our cabbage. Here. That's our golden ace cabbage. So we have already planted some cabbage. So welcome to the live, guys. We're just covering these seedlings today. And as I expressed that these was planted 4 days ago, so roughly 96 hours, not even exactly, but say roughly, this evening, a furthermore hour would mark the 4 full day. These were planted. And as you can see, this section were covered. So you can see these sprouts just starting to coming up slowly, while these wasn't covered. So that's what we're dealing with right now. The ones that wasn't covered, I'm gonna go ahead and cover them. And I'm not worrying about the extra covering over them. And I know that they are seedling, and they just coming up right now. So they should have been covered already, but that was the science of it and the beauty of that whole experience. So just covering this. I know I'm not even gonna give any water from the top when I finish. I'm gonna get some water directly underneath, inside over there, so the plants and the whole soil thing can absorb the water instead watering from the top, especially now that I'm putting in these extra layers. So right now it's almost like mulching or covering, molding, if you want to use that term as well, these seedlings. So that's why having a nice, loose, soft soil amendment is the best thing at this time. That you're not doing too much. So as you can see, these one wasn't even covered as yet. So I'm just going ahead and cover them lightly and make the magic continue. Nature continue to bring this beauty to life. And yeah, guys, I want to leave the soil as much loose around it as I can, so that the seedling doesn't feel any different in as far as trying to fight to burst through this soil, So the soil is already so loose, and the reason why I'm not watering it from the top, I don't want to create a band in the soil in any sense. Even though it's a loose soil, I still don't want to create. So I'm gonna add the water from the bottom so that the soil itself and the plant roots can absorb the water from the bottom and moisturize the container in that way. And also the humidity from shutting it is gonna definitely as you see, this humidity thing. Welcome to the live, guys. Everyone that's on the live, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Give me a thumbs up on the live. Also remember to subscribe to my channel. Definitely appreciate that as well. You're joining the live. We're covering up some seedling that I have planted, 4 days ago, so roughly 96 hours ago. And in the very moment I run out of seed mix and my seedling soil, so I had to leave them be for a while. But the next day I saw this magic wonder and the science of them coming up. So for that reason, I kind of left them to do their thing while watching them, So this is the fourth day now Seeing them like this, I think it's full time to cover them up as much as I can and get them more support at the base, so that they doesn't try to come up too fast without that extra support. But yeah, I'm not worrying about these extra soil that's stopping on, the leaf of, of those ones. Because the same thing in the sense when it's under the soil, but before. But these ones, they actually didn't get to be under the soil because they weren't covered. So it's basically seed that sprout from just sitting on top of the soil in these humidity dome. So this is not necessarily the ideal, obviously, in the sense that most time we do have our seedling covered already. But I'm not worried about these. I know that these are fine. They will be fine. And the more they do come up, I'm going to add more soil to give them a more sturdy base and to support them more in that sense. I already see they slowly coming up a little bit too quick. But we don't mind that still. We're still at a good standing. And I also see where these ones, as you can see, now I cover them up, they're kind of harder to see with the color soil that I use opposed to the darker soil. And it's just that this one is not wet as yet so much. It's more dry and loose. We did add some worm casting. Here's some worm casting which is more darker. But this soil mix is where I get more that dry texture from. It's really not much of soil in the sense. It's see if I can see quickly what's in here. So they can see we got some peat, some vermiculite, horticultural, some perlite, some wetting agent, and some lime for pH balance. So it's almost, there's no soil in this thing, guys. So that's why it really is pretty loose. It's good for seedling. It doesn't band together. So this, along with some of my organic compost medium that I create outside, along with some of this, a few handful of this organic worm casting. That's what we're using to cover them up today. That was some spinach, guys. So this is where this is the one I planted from the group. But look how much I have, guys. What seeds I have. Plus, there's more old seed over here. Some seedling. Over here I also had some more seed. My elderberry medicine. Need to get another jar out so that I can consume it. So yeah, we have a lot of seed, guys. So much seed. There are some older seed that I have used from earlier. I'm saying earlier, but in previous year. But my whole thing is that I need to get some more spinach right there. Welcome to the live, guys. You're just joining the live. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to my channel. Greatly appreciate that. But we're just here today planting out some vegetable. Not just planting, we already plant them and they're coming up, but we're gonna get them going with some ground covering. When I just plant them, I didn't really cover them up at the moment. Only this side here where we got some switch chard. So we're the only one that was covered in the very moment. So for that reason, we have these beautiful babies coming up and they weren't covered. So now I'm here supporting the root, covering them up finally. So we planting a lot of vegetable inside the season. So we get a head start, put them outside on the season. So you see, guys, they kind of leaning towards that side. That's the way the window is. So they're leaning towards the window light, So what's going on? We also got some potato we're gonna plant already sprouting, as you can see inside here. This is some Yukon Gold potato. And then this is a more red potato, so call them red Northland. And not even I'm saying North with a T, there's no T. Red Norland, so Norland. I'm just gonna give these a try. As you can see, I paid $2 for them with the extra tax cents, but GMO free. So same thing as when you buy store-bought potato, should say. In the sense, I know what these are, I know what I'm actually gonna plant. So welcome to the live, guys. Thanks for being here. It's just some fruit that I just eat, collect some flesh for composting. It's always a part of the thing. Welcome to the live, guys. If you're just joining, appreciate you. Subscribe to my channel. Would be greatly appreciated as well. Okay, so we got some spinach. So I felt that I could have added few more spinach in these before I actually cover it up. So let's see where this section here, could use a couple more. And the whole thing is, guys, that these seed this pot, even though they're a bit smaller, I think they each hold 24. See? So it's funny, am I doing my maths right? Would that be 96? All of them together, which that's what the hours that we're working with right now, how long since these were planted. So it's crazy to think how the numbers are matching up. So yeah, I'm just adding a couple more in those before I cover it up. Give it a more dense, Yeah, let's cover in these lightly, and then I put the humidity dome back over on top of it. Well, yeah, the whole thing, guys, I'm doing these container like a little nursery thing going on. So most of these obviously are gonna get transplanted from here. Even before they're ready to go outside. I'm still gonna transplant them into small containers like these. Before I put them outside. So yeah, basically we almost finished with our local project here that we're doing today, which is basically covering these seedlings that had started 4 days ago. And in that moment, they weren't covered up, so that's what we're doing here today. After seeing them trying to come up too quick ahead of time, so it'll definitely help support them, give them a more sturdy base, and it doesn't look like they're just coming up without that support. So it's not ideal in the sense, as I expressed that I did run out of soil, and I leave them in the dome to just keep going for a while. So that's not necessarily ideal, because typically we plant seed and then we cover them up right away. But seeing the germination rate the next day, it was a beautiful science experience. And right away I was thinking how cool it would have been, if I had it like on a time-lapse thing going, so definitely a great experience. But I know that's what give these the room to come up so quick. That the seeds, the first day the seed break open from the soil, I start to germinate. They didn't have that covering over them, so obviously they just popped up right away and start to show a sign of germination. So within 24 hours, guys, I'm already was seeing seed germinating. So for that reason, I'm covering them up now. It look a little awkward in the sense of how they are, but as you can see, they're still fine. We also have seeds that's underneath that's gonna look to germinate in the next couple of days. next 24 hours to how it is, you know, but we got so much seed, guys, and we definitely want to plant as much as we can. As you see right now, I have this whole little small table here in a little mess, you know. But it cannot beat all this great good that these vegetables gonna do for us, you know, for consumption. So sometimes we have to make that sacrifice where we have to see a little bit of mess for a while to get things going. You know, these seeds are coming up. You know, guys, it's a good thing to play with your seedling like this. Give them a little snap, you know what I mean? Just rub your hand over them slowly like this. Help them to be more sturdy. Help them to be more resistible. You know, in the sense that they're not outside right now, so they're not getting any wind. You know what I mean? So just doing this does help them to build a stronger body and just a stronger reaction to, you know, especially when they're ready to go outside in the real world, in the wind. If you're just joining my channel, I just joined in my live, I appreciate you. Welcome to the live. Please subscribe. I greatly appreciate you. But yeah, we definitely want to plant as much seed that I can. That's the goal. To just plant and plant. You know, we haven't planted any tomato yet. I definitely want to put some tomato. Do I have any tomato in this group? More carrot. Oh, wow, so no tomato right here, it doesn't seem, but we definitely have tomato that we're gonna plant, and I definitely want to plant tomato. And actually that's what gonna be my next thing to plant here soon. So yeah, so get these extra soil. I got this bottle of water here. Okay, if you're just joining my live, welcome. Appreciate you. Subscribe to my channel. I'm just gonna set this down here, guys. But yeah, these are some seeds that I started. At least our now would be just around 4 days ago. You know, but I didn't cover them up, guys, so they were just in this dome. So basically, seedling sitting on top of the soil in this dome, and that humidity get them going so that they were growing up. So now I finally made some soil amendment, some soil mix. Gonna go ahead and cover them up. You know, these are nice soft seedling mix I put together. For what it is, guys, I'm not gonna water them at the top, and I'm gonna pour some water from underneath. You can see my kale. Yeah, there are some kale, guys. Yeah, they don't need too much water right now as they are tiny seedling that just starting to germinate. But this is just for it to keep the humidity in and get this soil on top of it more moisture. But I rather do this rather than watering it from the top. You know, so I'm gonna have the soil and the roots slowly drink the water that I'm giving it right now. So I wanna do it from the top. It's gonna be beautiful, guys. A little extra more water. That's enough right now. Yeah, we're looking pretty great. I guess get this a little bit of the extra dirt from on the top of these seedlings. Like I express, as you know, guys, I'm covering them in real time as they already grown up, so try to be gentle with them in that regard. But as soon as we get them coming up more, just gonna continue to add a little more soil, give them more support. But for now, we're just gonna cover, hook up our humidity dome, and continue the process. Definitely have so much more seed to plant. I'm gonna go ahead and start some tomato seed today, so that I can get those going as well. Welcome everyone to the live. If you're just joining the live, I appreciate you. We are just finishing covering up our seedlings, and then call this one a day for these grouping. I'm actually excited that I did finish this little process. I did feel like unaccomplished the last few days ago since they've been started and they've been left open. So doing that, covering them up now, adding a little bit of water on the root and the base of them. That's definitely gonna give them that great start. Oh yeah, before welcome to the live, everyone. But this a bit more. We greatly appreciate everyone that's been on the live. Get this shirt off. Yeah, that's more better. But yeah, we got a bunch of vegetable, guys, we planted. We got some sweet chard, some kale. We got radish going this side. Then we got some cabbage, and that's the early golden ace cabbage. And then we got some iceberg lettuce. Then we got some spinach. We got so much more to go. You know, I haven't planted any peas yet. You know, time. Definitely want to replant back some time. So that's definitely one that I want to get going. I did that. I had 2 packages of time, guys. So well, but definitely some time. And I get some time going. Some green onion for sure. Some parsley. These are all the crops that I'm looking to start early. So we get an early start with them. Pepper, we're gonna do pepper a little bit more. I mean, I could definitely do pepper more into March here. But you don't want to get too much head start or get too much ahead of yourself. You know, so most vegetable, you know, can definitely go in outside after your last frost. But for these lettuce, you know, kale, spinach, those can, you know, go outside within a more colder time, you know. So they're more cold hardy, and especially sweet chard and those ones. They're more cold hardy, you know. So definitely look forward to this season, guys. And we also still have our 100 meringue seed to work with. Our 100 meringue seed from meringuegrowth.com. Actually, a nice little package come together with all. I believe for my receipt, little diagram. So meringue and benefit and just what they're doing, as well as you can sign up and basically go for future purchase. You know, thanks Kendrick again, as I see we get some extra meringue powder along with some turmeric. I'm very excited about this turmeric because I know he grew this organically, and I'm not sure if this is the blue turmeric or what, but he have also a special blue turmeric which is supposed to be or purple, whatever it is, supposed to be one of the most strong or potent turmeric and more harder to find. So these are some extra that you send a little bag of meringue powder and some turmeric. But this 100 seed guy, sky's the limit. I'm definitely gonna take over with this 100 seed. So look out for a lot of meringue going on in the future. Look out for a lot of meringue education, meringue video and all that, and also for anyone looking to get meringue, reach out to me if you're interested in having your own meringue plant. We're gonna be having meringue plant a lot in abundance here soon. So I appreciate you all. Thanks for joining this live. Like and subscribe to my channel. Greatly appreciated. It's a great encouragement towards my movement and to my vision and my inspiration. You know, great things are ahead of the future, you know. So very excited. So appreciate whoever joined the live with me, whoever been here. Greatly appreciated. Remember to hit that subscribe and join the journey as well, you know. So definitely a beautiful moment. I'm very excited for this growing season. Normally, guys, I don't start plants inside such ahead of time, or sometimes I don't even plant inside. You know, I buy plants at Home Depot or Menards, wherever, you know, at the nursery center, you know, which can be expensive in that sense. And, you know, for me, I know that I can get these plants going, get them nice and healthy to go outside whenever that right time comes. So why not, you know? And also, if I have a great successful rate, there's other people I know that can benefit from what I've grown as well. So the sky's the limit, you know, but I definitely want to plant as much. So much seeds we have going on here. So much seed. Still have more seed in this container. More carrot, cantaloupe. So much seed. Cucumber, which I have so much cucumber already. Another type of lettuce. This is more that gourmet lettuce. I'm definitely gonna plant some of this lettuce from this group. Probably gonna have 3 to 4 type of lettuce, guys, or more. Got some callaloo seed, which I don't need to plant callaloo seed anymore. More carrots, all different types of carrots, you know. Hey guys, there's so much seed that I have in this here still. Definitely this some okra. You know, that's where I wanna go because I didn't have okra in that group, and some tomato. More tomato. I can always pick through and see the ones that I really want to grow. And more green onion, which I have some here already. Oh yeah, and this is probably a different type too. This is bunching onion. Even though this said bunching, this is the Lisbon bunching. This is a green, evergreen. What? It's the same thing, really, guys. Just different label, different description. No more tomato, but the thing is that I do have this Roma tomato. It's just a super sauce hybrid tomato. Not really, you know, hybrid and all that is great, but just like, you know, not to say a car or anything, but most things that hybrid wasn't as it used to be is developed. So I don't really like it, whether it's not GMO or not, you know, anything that's been developed in that and all that. We never used to have that type before. But anyway, you know what I mean? The sky's the limit, and I'm looking forward, definitely. But I do have some tomato seed that I collect from other tomato over the time, you know, so not really worrying about tomato. Yeah, definitely some different type of tomato seed, but I don't know if I'm even gonna plant these. Because I have like early girl. But that's the thing, you know, some of my tomato that I have collect in look a plastic bag. You know, some of it I already see the label or the writing. I lost the writing, so I'm not even sure which tomato is that. Which I don't really want to plant anything on the blind side and not knowing what fruit I'm planting. You know. But if you're just joining my live, welcome to the live. I appreciate you. Please subscribe to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. We're just covering up some plants that we had going. So basically, guys, these are 4 days old plant that came up so fast. You know, a different type of vegetable. You have switch chard, kale, radish, some lettuce. That's the beetroot, and some lettuce over here. More radish. And we got some, yeah, that's the iceberg lettuce. And then we got some spinach in the back here. So a good handful of vegetable we got going right now. You know what I mean? So very excited. Most likely looking forward to the growing season. A lot of excitement. You know, so please subscribe to my channel, like and share, join the journey. Also in the sense of we look forward to take you on some live journey in my garden this season. Probably even when I go to plant, I'm gonna do more live streaming in that sense. So look out for that, you know, instead of doing video and you know, saving video and look to post in the future. You know, more I'm gonna do a lot of live content in the very moment and in real time, you know. So subscribe and join the journey. Look out for a lot of greatness. If you love gardening, you love vegetable, you love fresh food, and you love food live from your garden, growing at home, you know, I mean, this is it right here. And definitely look out for some great contents coming in the future here. Definitely excited to see what the near future is hold. And we are live, guys. You know, so that's gonna be the sound for this growing season. We are live. You know, so again, I sincerely appreciate everyone that came through, everyone that joined the live. And my first live was an experience and it was a learning process, learning curve. I'm definitely getting better at it in that sense. And I have, you know, research and see what I did wrong and what to correct it. You know, so look forward for better live, better content, and just a more balance all around motion on here. So thanks for everyone that's been on this one. I will see you on the next one. Remember to hit that like, subscribe. You know, my first live, I did see a little bit of chat going on. This one, I didn't see any. I'm not sure. And that's the thing. Did I have chat off? You know, I don't know. Hopefully not. But either way, I didn't see much engagement in chat in this one. So still shout out to whoever showed up. Appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to another handful of subscribers. We are close to 200 subscribers at the moment. I think we're at 192. So after this live, I want to see more than that number. I want to see more subscribe. You know, so if you're here, I'm putting that pressure on you to hit that subscribe for free. All right. So yeah, definitely, guys, it's an exciting moment and blessing to the world. You know, I know in certain countries there's a lot of chaos going on. You know, my heart is with everyone out there and peace to everyone. You know, it's all about love, guys. You know, I mean, like war and any violence not gonna bring us anywhere. And you know, chaos, turmoil, and all that. You know, all this division between people. We are all one blood. If you cut my flesh, you see the same blood as you, no matter the skin. You know what I mean? So let's start to live as one in that sense. You know what I mean? So much we have seen from years gone by and realize that, you know, nothing is getting solved in that regard. You know, it's just the same thing that we keep repeating and, you know, seeing people in distress and in dying need for help, you know, life-threatening moment and life, you know, so it's some serious stuff going on around the world. And hopefully we come together and, you know, and realizing that this road that we continue to go in down, it doesn't work, you know what I mean? So blessings to all the people, love to everyone around the world, wherever you are. If you're having fear tonight, you can't sleep because of the violence, you know, my heart goes out with you. Peace to everybody, love to everybody. You know, no one is bigger than the other. You know, we are all human being. You know what I mean? No matter our value or our worth, We're not more important than the other person. So try to remember that whoever you are, your big guns and your big names and your big action, you're nobody. You know what I mean? So be careful out there. Every one of us have to answer to the universe. So that's our cry and that's our call. So love is the answer. Love is the religion, and whoever else you're coming with, you're just causing distrust and we're causing chaos and causing hurt and division between people. And maybe we can stop you in the very moment, but your time is coming. So we are out there. It's all love, and we don't want any more of your craziness that you keep bringing into the world. And it's all about love and peace and togetherness. So for everyone, love to you. Shout out, to the people of the world. If you join this live, I appreciate you, and love to you and your family. Wherever you are, hopefully that you'll find peace tonight, and you're not have to be fearing for your life or anything. So love goes out to everybody around the world, in any country. I don't see any wrong in any people in a sense until it's been proven in that regard. So and I don't judge people in certain way as far as you have to prove yourself before I make any judgment as far as that goes. So anyway, love to everybody. Thank you for joining this live. See you on the next one. And I look forward to take you into this gardening world and this journey wherever it's gonna take us this season. And like I said, if you're joining this live, remember to subscribe. We're gonna be getting up to 200 subscribes. Might be a small number, but surely but growing. 1 cocoa, full basket. Remember that. So keep pushing it, keep doing it, and remember anything that you're doing in life, strive for it. Don't let anyone tell you different. There's always gonna be doubters, and there's always gonna be people who don't believe. But main thing that you believe in yourself. Peace, love to the people. See you on the next one. All right.